Good morning. Make sure everything's all set up. Hello, hello. I'll give everyone a second to get logged on before I kind of just talk about me, because this is a new account that I'm teaching on today, which I'm really, really excited to collaborate with Belforce. She has been fabulous in putting everything together today. So I'm really excited to talk about her amazing activewear and then just a little bit about me. And we'll get started in a little bit. I logged on about 2 minutes before class starts. So yeah, we'll get started in 2 seconds. Good morning. All right, well, this will be posted on the IG Live, so that's pretty awesome for anyone who wants to come back and take this class. My name is Taylor Sambola, or Tay Tay Ballet on Instagram. I went ahead and pinned it on the comments, so when people log on, they know what they're taking and what's going on. But I'm a professional ballet dancer and also a power Pilates instructor. So I'm pretty excited to collaborate with ballet accounts, but also activewear accounts and just people in the arts world like Belforce, and just share my love for Pilates and help in any way that I can with either athletes or just normal people missing Pilates and helping them stay in shape and donating my time as much as possible. So I hope that I can help you today. Maybe we can take a nice good class with some weights. If you don't have weights, that's totally okay. You can still take this class. It is pretty fun though with the weights. But if you do have them, make sure they're only 2 to 3 pounds, no more than that. I recommend 2, but if you have 3, that's fine. It will start to get pretty heavy, and you'll see, especially when we're doing hundreds and stuff like that, they become pretty weighted down. So if it becomes too much, just go ahead and put it away. You don't need to continue with the weights because it's a traditional Pilates class. So just continue like normal without the weights. But then if you have like a water bottle or something just a little weighted, that works too. And then I just want to give a huge shout out to Belforce for having me on today. And I'm actually wearing one of their activewears, and it's so cute. I especially love the little button. I'm wearing it so you can't see, but I brought her other pants over. They have a little button right here, which is, I think, so adorable, especially because I'm a rose gold lover, and it's like rose gold, and it's got a little bee on it. And then I also love that she incorporated the ballet inspired into the activewear. So being a professional ballet dancer, but also being a Pilates instructor, this is pretty awesome. Hi, Kelsey. Good morning. This is pretty awesome that there's like ballet mesh inspired into it. So, you know, being the ballet dancer I am, this is pretty awesome. And this is the other little sports bra that I really, really like. It lays so nicely and it's very elegant. And I also really like this one. I was feeling this one this morning. And I'm wearing also the same pants. They're a little different. There's just black mesh, so they're a little more similar to the pink. But very, very cute. You definitely should give this a check out if you haven't ordered already. I think it's super comfy, which is also very important because when I'm not in a leotard, I'm most of the time in activewear. So I'm very, very picky on if it's comfortable or not and if I'm going to wear it. And I definitely say that this is comfortable and I would stay in this all day. I'm not that person that like sits at home in jeans and like thinks that's comfortable, or sits at home in yoga pants and thinks I don't like tight things, but I will sit at home in these. These are very comfortable. So that says a lot because I don't sit around. I like very loose things. I like to be comfortable when I'm at home. So I really do love these leggings. They're really nice. Good morning, everybody. That dust in the air, guys. Okay. Also probably from teaching like 3 classes, but that's okay. So we're going to get started in like 2 more minutes. I'm going to get everyone get situated. I've noticed that once I log on, if I start too early, people are like, oh wait, what's going on? So I'm going to give everyone like 2 more seconds. And if you have any questions, just feel free to go ahead and shout out in the comments. Good morning. So for those of you just logging on, my name is Taylor, or Tay Valley on Instagram. Really, really excited to teach this Mat with Weights class today and collaborate with Belfours. Absolutely love their activewear. They have the cutest stuff, and also they have like really cute sweatshirts. Oh, and this has become my favorite accessory. This is actually like a rubber band, but I use it as like a bracelet. It's just like the mesh that matches on the bras. And yeah, I literally wear it like every day now. It's my cutest, like favorite accessory that goes with my look. No matter what I'm wearing it, so. Good morning. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be fun. All right, so like I said, if you don't have weights, still a good class to take without, but you definitely will start to feel the challenge of it. Remember that if you feel any straining in the neck or any pulling in the wrong areas, to go ahead and get rid of the weights. Very important. I don't want you to let the weights overtake your mat class. This is just an added challenge, and my weights are 2 pounds each, and they're little balls, but any weights work. This is just what I happen to have, and I was going to go buy like the hand weights, but in the entire world is working out at home, so there's not much to go on right now. All right, well, we are going to get started. 1 more minute, and if anybody has any questions, now's the time to ask before we get started. I see some of my usual people that take, so welcome back. Make sure the comments don't get in the way of the class. Setting up the camera, that's always the fun part. Okay. All right. Well, it is 10:34 on a Wednesday, and we're going to get started. All right, so grab your weights, and let's go to the mat. So remembering to always center yourself equally side to side and top to bottom. Very important to use your mat as a ruler for your body. It's just not so much of it just an aesthetic. It's also to allow yourself to understand your spine. So think of your mat as a ruler for your spine. You're seeing, okay, where am I lined up? Am I laying crooked? Am I doing my roll up completely in line with my mat? So very, very important. And let's just bring our legs out in front, hugging them together. Bring your weights nice and long, and just roll your spine down into the mat, thinking of it as a wheel into the floor, and just bring your weights above your head. Now, before we even begin, it's very natural to feel the shoulder blades kind of come up off the floor, and that's okay, but I really want you to really push into the back of the floor and the mat. So scooping the arms down into the floor and feeling the weights really pushing down. Now we're going to bring our legs into a tabletop position, beginning our hundreds, really continuing with that flow of power Pilates. Bringing the weights nice and long by your side. Bring your head, neck, and shoulders up. For your beginner version, you can stay here. For intermediate, 45, advance 2 inches off the mat. It's completely up to you. We're going to start pumping the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if you're used to taking Pilates and you know that feeling of the hundreds being nice and vigorous with those pumps, obviously that's not going to happen today because the weights are a lot heavier and you're not able to do fast up motion, and that's okay. Just really guide the weights down onto your back, scooping your abdominals in and up, pressing your lower back into the floor. Nice hovering motion with the wing blades. Look into your belly button, pressing it down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. Nice big breaths, making sure we're incorporating that into our mat work. Good, and rest your head down. Go ahead and give yourself a little bit of a hug. Just rock your spine from side to side. Your hundreds, I'm already sweating. That starts your day, sets you up, gets a full body workout in literally 2 seconds. Good, bring your legs long into the mat. Hugging the legs together, bring your hands above the ceiling. Pressing your shoulders into the mat. Peel your chin to your chest and melt the spine off the floor. Going past your toes, remembering not to collapse. We don't want to touch the toes. We want to keep a C curve in the spine as you melt right back down. Lower, middle, and upper back. And we're going to come right back up, keeping your lower back into the mat. Try not to arch. Very important we keep a nice C curve. And melt it right back down. Good, if you want more of a challenge, you can bring your arms by your ears. And as you melt it up, keep the arms where they are. Definitely a lot harder when the arms go longer. Or you can keep them where they are as we started. It's completely up to you. Come right back up, peel your chin to your chest. You're massaging out your spine, but you're also working your abdominals, warming them up to begin your mat workout for the next 45 minutes. Good, let's do that one more time. Melt it right back up. Hug your legs together. Good, we're gonna roll it down in 3. Nice and slow, 2. Nice and slow, and 1. Good, keep the weights where they are. Bring your right leg up to the ceiling. The weights are a good little marker to see if you're circling with your hips or with your abdominals. So if the weights are moving, really anchor the powerhouse into the mat, and let's circle the leg. In towards the body, down, around, don't move the weights. In towards the body, down, around, and 2. And in towards the body, down, around, and 3. Hugging from the midline, down, around, and 4. Reverse. Away from the body, down, around, stop at your center. And down, around, and 2. And down, around, and 3. One more, down, around, and 4. Flex the foot away from your body as the leg lowers down. Bring the left leg up to the ceiling. And we go to the other side. In towards the body, down, around, stopping at your center. Down, around, and 2. Nice big circles. Down, around, and 3. Don't move your hips. Don't move the weights. Down, around, and 4. Reverse. Away from the body. Down, around, stopping at your center. Down, around, and 2. Down, around, and 3. And down, around, and 4. Flex the foot away from your body. Good. Go ahead and drop the weights by your side, really letting them just anchor your hands into the mat. We're going to go into rollover. Bring the legs up to the ceiling. A little bit of an advanced exercise. You're going to lift your hips parallel to the floor. As you lift your hips, open the legs only shoulder distance apart. Melt the spine down into the mat. Hug your legs together, circle them, point. Come right back up, pressing your hands into the weights. We flex the feet open, shoulder distance apart. Melt your spine down into the mat. Circle the legs down, around, and up. Let's do that again. Come right back up, parallel to the floor. Open the legs, flex, shoulder distance apart, and melt the spine down. Let's reverse. We keep the legs open. You come right back up, keep them parallel. Point the feet, close. Melt the spine right back down. We do that again. Keep the legs open, flex. Shoulder distance apart, hike your hips up. Close the legs, and melt the spine down. One more time. Lower, flex, up. Press into the weights, nice and slowly. Go ahead and drop your feet onto the floor in the back of you, and slowly keep your knees to your face as you melt the spine down, taking a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Good. Awesome. And bring both legs down onto the floor, lifting your weights up, hugging the legs in towards each other. Peel your spine off the mat, contracting it forward into a nice roll up. Good. Place your weights by your side. Go ahead and walk to the front edge of your mat. You're still going to need your weights for this exercise, but if it becomes too much, just put it away. We're going to bring the weights to the outsides of our shins, and you're going to lift your heels off the mat. Now, just finding that balance, you're going to feel a little different as if you didn't have the weights. It definitely is a huge difference. So lower the feet down to the mat. Let's come right back up. Just finding that balance on the tailbone, making sure you're making a C curve with your spine. You're not sitting up straight. You're really looking into the belly button, but still rolling the shoulders onto the back. Place the feet down. Find that balance one more time. Good. Now, if you're feeling up for it, let's go ahead and rock back to the tips of the shoulder blades, and you're going to come right back up, keeping your tightest ball position. Don't put the feet down. Rock it back and rock it up. Look into your belly button. Rock it back and rock it up. Good, finding that balance. Rock it back and rock it up. Really working the abdominals. Rock it back and rock it up. The weights are going to want to push you down. Don't let it. Rock it back and rock it up. Adding a little bit of a challenge. Close the knees and go into an even tighter ball position. Knuckles are together, heels are together. I'm in sixth position with the feet. Go again. Rock it back and rock it up. Don't put the feet down. Rock it back and rock it up. 2 more. Rock it back and rock it up, finding your balance. Last one, rock it back and rocking it up. Go ahead and find that balance. Good. Transitioning into our abdominal series, keeping the flow going so we can get a little bit of a sweat on this morning. Bring your weights nice and long. Bring your right leg into your chest. Bring your left leg long. And you're going to melt your spine into the mat, but keep your head off the floor. We're going to pull in a little deeper, 1, pull in deeper, 2, and switch. Pull that leg deeper, 1, with your abdominals deeper, 2, and switch. Weights are long, fingertips are long, and switch. Pull in a little deeper, 1, little deeper, 2. Let's speed it up. We inhale, switch, exhale, switch. Inhale, switch, exhale, switch. Last set. And 1, and 1. Bring both legs in together. We're going to extend the arms and legs out. As they come in, press the weights down, like as if you're pushing against water. Push the weights out, and the legs go out together, and we push it right back down. Press the lower back into the mat. Keeping the rib cage closed, keep the head off the floor, and push it right back down. One more time, extending the arms and legs out for double leg and bring it right back in. Keep the weights where they are for scissors. We go a little pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Really pulling in from your abs as that leg does that little double pulse. Your lower back pressing into the floor. One more time each side. Good. Bring the legs up, straight above you. Hands are where they are. We lower down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up towards your ceiling. Lower down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up. Press your lower back into the floor. Lower down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up. Last one. We lower down for 3, 2, 1. Come right back up. Place the left weight onto the side. Bring one weight behind your head. Bend your legs in. We're going to twist to the right, up and over. And then I just want you to give a little pulse for 1 and 2 and 3. Find your center. We twist to the left, pulse it up for 1 and 2 and 3. Come up to your center. We twist to the right, pulse it up for 1 and 2 and 3. Up and over. Twist to the left, elbows wide, 1 and 2 and 3. And go ahead and hug your legs in. Drop the weight by your side. And just go ahead and bring the arms above your head, letting yourself stretch out. So take a nice big stretch, let the rib cage go, let the abdominals open up after just working your abdominal series, which is exercise consisting of 5. And it's a great way to keep your core in shape. Good, hug the legs together. Go ahead and bring your hands by your head and just roll yourself up to transition into the next exercise. Going into spine stretch forward, go ahead and grab those weights. Your legs are mat distance apart. You're gonna bring them in front of you. Now they are very heavy, so especially when they're further away from your body, that is a lot of weight on the shoulders. So really make sure you're pressing the shoulders into the back of the body. You're not lifting up. Same thing with first position, second position. We never want to hunch forward. We want to keep the arms nice and down. So bring the weights in front of you. I'm nice and high in those sits bones. As I contract forward, lift up through the crown of the head. Inhale. As you exhale, go past the toes, but push back into my hand as if I was pressing onto your rib cage. And then inhale through the nose, exhale, come right back up. So 4 breaths incorporating into spine stretch forward. Inhale through the nose, exhale, contracting it forward. Inhale through the nose, exhale, pushing your body right back up. Press the shoulders down. 2 more. Inhale, and then exhale, contracting it forward. Inhale through the nose, exhale, coming right back up. Let's do that again. We inhale through the crown of the head, exhale, contracting it forward. Inhale and exhale, coming right back up. Good. Go ahead and drop your weights in front of you. Again, remembering for spine stretch forward, it's not just about collapsing, especially my dancers that like to just open up and just kind of lay on the floor. You really want to push back into the back as well as stretching forward. So it's pulling you away from each other. Okay, go ahead and place the weights by your side. We're not going to use them right now. You're going to go ahead and just roll down onto the mat and bring your legs straight up to the ceiling for corkscrew. You're going to add 4 vertebrae hip lifts. So just 4 vertebrae in the lower back. Lift the hips up. We circle to the right, down, around, and come right back up. Up. We circle to the left, down, around, and come right back up. We circle to the right, down, around, come right back up. We circle to the left, down, around, and come right back up. One more time each side. We circle to the right, down, around, trying to lift up towards the ceiling. And we circle to the left, hips go. Come right back up. Good, and melt the spine down nice and slowly. Place your hands behind your legs and rock up to a sitting position. Go ahead and grab your weights again. We're gonna go into saw. I'm gonna face you because I hit the wall. So if you're too close to a wall, go ahead and face the other direction because we're gonna twist. Now, very important to remember when you bring the weights to the sides, further away from your torso. So this is very heavy. So remember to keep them a little bit in front of you in your peripheral vision so we're not putting too much strain on their shoulders. My legs are a little wider than my hips. I'm going to inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to twist to the right, contract it forward. Don't forget about that back arm. And just pulse for 1 and 2 and 3. Come on up and find your center position. Twist to the left. Contract it forward, opposite pinky finger to opposite pinky toe. Pulse for 1, pulse for 2, pulse for 3. Sit on up and finding your center position. Twist to the right. Exhale, come forward 1 and 2 and 3. Opposite sits bone stays flat on the mat. Twist to the left. Contract it forward 1 and 2 and 3. Come on up and find your center position. Good. Go ahead and place the weights to your side. Don't close the legs, sorry. There we go. Keep your legs where they are. Go ahead and bring your right leg up to the ceiling. Bring your left leg up to the ceiling. Finding your balance. Good. Now remember, we're not in a very wide position. You're only shoulder distance apart. And if you need to grab underneath the calves or wherever is comfortable for you, go ahead and do so. We're going to rock back to your tips of your shoulder blades, come right back up into that open leg rocker. Nice, proud chest. We rock it back. We rock it up, leading with your abdominals, but really find a nice open back as you come up. Rock it back and rock it up. Don't go too wide with the legs. Keep them only shoulder distance apart. Last one. Rock it back and rock it up. Find a nice proud position. Good. Let's find our balance. Close our legs together. Find a teaser and melt your spine into the mat. Hug your legs into your chest. Awesome, guys. Go ahead and flip over to your stomach. We're going to go into the swan series. So I'm going to flip over with my weights in front of me. Make sure they're by you. We're going to use them. Pressing the feet together into the floor. I'm anchoring my hip bones into the mat. Grab your weights and bring them by your shoulders. All right, remembering to really think about lifting from your abdominals, but also lifting from your upper back. That can definitely be underworked, especially if we're just mainly focusing on my dancers like your arabesque and all those back bending. The upper back really also needs some strength for posture and continuing no weird injuries. Shoulder injuries are very common in dancers. So abdominals are scooping in and up off the floor, like a little ant can crawl underneath. You're looking down at the mat. I'm not going to look down because then you won't hear me, but you're looking down at the mat, continuing the line of the spine, resting the forehead on the floor. As you inhale, you're going to lift up through the crown of the head. As you lift up, press the weights into the mat. Press your feet into the mat. Now, take a nice big exhale as you lift the weights off the mat. And then take a big inhale as you lower right back down. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Push down into the mat. Push down into your weights. Bring the weights by your side. Hover off the floor. Don't forget about your abdominals scooping in and up. A little ant colony crawling underneath. And lower right back down. Good. Let's do that again. I'm not coming too high because I don't want to break the neck. I don't want to break my back. I'm keeping the length. And as I lift the weights up, that becomes a huge challenge, trying to keep my abdominals off the floor. And then lower right back down. Let's do that last one more time. Inhale, scoop the abdominals, push into the weights. Bring your weights by your side, hold. Let's pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the weights in front of you. Go back into a quick active child's pose position, stretching it out. Good. Keep the breath going. Important to remember that breath is so important in all exercises, but especially Pilates, because it's getting your blood flow going. And Pilates is an injury prevention exercise. So if you're not breathing, your body's not properly working. And we really want to make sure that that's happening. Let's go into a little arm series from the reformer. As if you are familiar with the straps, kind of similar. You're going to press your feet into the mat, really hugging the midline, which is that line down the center of your body. Your abdominals are scooping in and up. As I push back, I'm going to lift my head, hands, and heart off the mat. So looking down at the floor, my hands are by my side. As I push back with the weights, lift your head, hands, and heart. And then as they come back in by your side, lower the body down. We're working the back of the arms with those weights as if we were on the reformer. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift your abdominals as you bring your head, hands, and heart back by your body. Nice and long by your side. Bring them right back in and lower your body right back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Then we're going to add a pulse in that second one. Lift your upper body up. Bring the weights nice and long by your side. Don't break the neck. Keep it nice and long. Continue the line of the spine. Bring the weights right back in. Bring your body right back down. We're going to do that 1 more time. Keep your head down on the mat. I'm just doing this so you can hear me. And let's lift right back up. Push the weights back. Palms are up towards the ceiling. Pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the weights right back in and go ahead and go into that second child's pose position. Always stretching out the opposite direction we just worked on, especially if you're on that tummy and you have a nice arched back. We don't want anything tweaking. I don't know if you've fallen asleep or watched a movie on your tummy and then your back starts to hurt. We want to really think about lifting from your abdominals, not just sitting into the floor. Good. So placing your weights where they are. My pinky finger palms are down towards the mat and I have the weights facing each other. And I'm pressing my hips into the floor. Now I'm going to kick my bottom 2 times. 1, 2, and switch. Try not to move the hips. Really stretching the front of the quads. So if you have tight quads like me, this is a very hard exercise to keep my hips on the mat. And then also not sinking into the shoulders. We're nice and lifted, keeping the long line of the spine. Good, one more time inside. Kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick. Last one. Kick, kick, and switch. Go ahead and place one weight in front of you. Get the other weight nice and high onto your back, where your bra meets. Good, scooping your abdominals in and up. Give your bottom the same feeling as you did for single. Just add a second kick. So kick for 1, 2, 3. Roll the shoulders back. Press the feet into the floor. Keep the line of the spine. Don't break the neck. Switch cheeks. We go to the other side. Kick for 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders back. Come nice and high up off the floor. Good, let's do that again. We kick for 3, 2, 1. Press the hips into the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Nice, proud, open chest. Good. Kick for 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders back. Come up, 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 up. Good. And bring the weight in front of you and go back into that third child's pose position, stretching it out really quickly. Taking a nice big deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And let's come right back onto our bottom. So swinging your legs around. And go ahead. We're not going to use the weight for this exercise, especially for neck pull. We don't want to get anything near what the exercise sounds like with those weights. So no weights, just place the hands behind your head. Let's break it up into 3, especially for my newer people. I think neck pull and tease are definitely the top 2 hardest exercises in Pilates. You're sitting up nice and tall in those sits bones. Place the hands behind your head, only touching with the fingertips, not gripping the base of the skull. We're gonna dive your head forward, keep the scoop of the spine, and then sit up nice and tall. I just wanna start there. So that's the action that's going to continue into the full neck pull exercise. Dive your head forward in between your legs. And then sit up nice and tall through the crown of the head. Good, let's do that again. Dive the head forward in between. We sit up nice and tall. One more time, then we're going to add the hinge. So that's the second part of the series. Dive your head forward. Sit up nice and tall. Hinge it halfway. Don't break the waist just yet. Come right back up. Teasing the abdominals. Diving the head forward. Sit up nice and tall. Hinging it back. Keep your elbows nice and wide. Come right back up. One more time, then we'll add the full. Dive your head forward. Sit up nice and tall. Hinging it back at the waist. And then contract. Roll all the way down. As your shoulder blades touch, we come right back up. Keep your elbows wide. Dive your head down. Sit up nice and tall. Hinging it back at the waist. Contract, roll down. 2 more times. Diving your head forward in between your legs. Sitting up nice and tall. Hinging it back at the waist. Contract, roll all the way down. Last one. Diving your head forward. Sitting up nice and tall. Hinging it back at the waist and contract, roll all the way down. Good. Go ahead and walk yourself onto your mat if you scoot it off. Sometimes that one tends to move. Awesome. You got through your neck pull, so that's definitely already stepped into the almost done direction of Pilates. So bring your feet flat on the mat so they're nice and close to you. We're going to go into our bridge series. So making sure all 10 toes are flat, your heels are driving in, your knees are over your big toes, and my hips are aligned. Go ahead and grab those weights, bring them up above you. Now again, pressing into the mat is so important with the shoulders that we're not lifting with the weights. Making sure you're pressing your lower back into the floor as we start to peel the spine up off the mat. Lower, middle, and upper back, finding a nice high spine. Good, no pressure in the neck, only in the shoulders. And we're going to press the body back down using the weights as a little bit of a push down. Come right back up, squeezing the glutes, hamstrings, melt the spine nice and high. And then we're going to melt the spine again, right back down. 2 more times, just articulating the spine. It should feel good. It's like a little massage, but also adding that abdominal little contraction as you roll it down and then roll it back up. Come right back up. Good. Keep the arms where they are. You need to place your hands by your side, that's okay. But I'm going to keep them where they are. We're going to bring our top right leg up, and we're going to do a little pulse to the back. 1 and 2, and flex, sit down. 1 and 2, and flex, sit down. 2 more. 1 and 2, and flex, sit down. Last one. 1 and 2, and flex, sit down. Bring the right leg down. We're going to bring the left leg up. 4 times the other side. 1 and 2, and flex, sit down. 1 and 2, and flex, sit down. 2 more. 1 and 2, flex it down. Last one, 1 and 2, flex it down. Bring the legs down onto the mat. Come even higher into your bridge position. Melt the spine into the floor. Good. Let's go ahead and come right back up. Bridging yourself up. Go ahead and bring the weights nice and long by your side. I just want to do 5 pulses in with the legs and 5 pulses out. So pulse the legs in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then pulse out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come even higher into your bridge position. Melt the spine into the floor, nice and long. Good. Go ahead and bring the legs nice and flat on the mat. You're hugging your legs together. Bring the weights above your head. Peel your chin up off the mat and melt it forward. Awesome. Let's go into our side series. So go ahead and grab one of your weights and place them at the edge of your mat. And then bring yourself to the side. So lining yourself up with the back edge of the mat and then bringing your feet to the front edge is extremely important. We listen to that setup, or this kind of defeats the whole purpose of side series. So again, one more time, lining yourself up with the back edge of the mat and then bringing your bottom edge to the front. So I'm in a lazy L. And then go ahead and take your weight in front of you. Now, if this becomes too much, go ahead and stop this motion because it can get very strenuous on the shoulders. But plugging your shoulder into your back, my hips are nice and stacked. Go ahead and lift that weight off the mat. You can also do it without the weight, and that's still a nice workout too. Lift that left leg nice and high. Not nice and high, nice and in line with your hip. We're gonna do a double kick to the front, 1, pulse it deeper, 2, and then point it to the back, nice long leg. We kick to the front, 1, abdominals pulling deeper, 2, and then point it to the back. 2 more times. We kick to the front, 1, kick to the front, 2, and pull it to the back. Kick to the front, 1, kick to the front, 2. We're gonna add a little speed. We kick, and point to the back. Kick, hips are still, point to the back. 1 more, kick, and point to the back. And bring both legs together. Bring that weight nice and long by your side, hovering over the top leg. You're gonna lift the leg up for 3, 2, 1, and point down for 1, plugging the shoulder into the back. Lift the leg up for 3, 2, 1, point down for 1. Lift up for 3, 2, 1, point down for 1. Reverse, flex up for 1, point down for 3, 2, 1. Flex up for 1, point down for 3, 2, 1. 2 more, flex up for 1, down for 3, 2, 1. Articulating the foot as you do the up, and then you point it down. Awesome, guys. Bring the hand, keep the hand where it is. Let's do our little circles for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Plug the shoulder onto the back. Reverse for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring both legs together. Good. Go ahead and bend the legs in for clamshell. And then I want you to bring that weight right back where it was, plugging the shoulder into the back, nice and in front of you. Let's open for 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and rest the weight down and bring your legs nice and long back on the mat. Let's do some grand ronde-jambs, just kind of opening up that hip, making sure you stay nice and stable. Abdominals pull in and up. You have a little mouse house underneath your rib cage, and my left hand is pressing into the mat for stability. Bring that top leg to the front. We're going to circle it around, just your height. All right? Don't get frustrated if your leg isn't going that high. This is for your hip mobility with no weight bearing. And then also remember to work with possibilities, not limitations. So there's a possibility you will get there, it's not a limitation. I love to tell my clients that. And then also to remind you that consistency is key. So if you keep with something, something is bound to change. And that's definitely the highlight of my quarantine, is seeing and hearing from y'all and hearing all the great comments that you feel so good after this workout. And let's reverse, and that you're seeing a difference in your body. And then reversing the circles nice and long. Good. I like to say giving your hips some WD-40. One more time. Keeping your hips in, you're stacked. Good. Bring the legs together. Let's come right back up, and we're going to go to the other side. Go ahead and get that weight by you in front. Lining yourself up with the back edge of the mat and then bringing your feet in front. Remembering to plug the shoulders onto the back, so not leaning out forward. We're nice and plugged in. Lift that weight up, lift the top leg up. We're going to pulse to the front, 1, pull your abdominals deeper, 2, and then point it to the back. Good, do that again. Pulse to the front, 1, pulse to the front, 2, and pull it to the back. 2 more. Pulse to the front, 1, pulse to the front, 2, elongate it to the back. Again, pulse 1, pulse 2, and bring it to the back. Add a little speed. We kick, kick, and point to the back. Keep your hips still. Kick, kick, and point to the back. 2 more. Kick, kick, and point to the back. Last one. Kick, kick, and point to the back. Bring the legs together. Bring the weight up and over, hovering over the top leg. We lift up for 3, 2, 1, point down for 1. Don't rock back into the hips. Keep them stacked. We flex up for 3, 2, 1, point down for 1. Flex up for 3, 2, 1, down for 1. Last one. We flex up for 3, 2, 1. Plug your shoulder into your back. Reverse. Flex up for 1, down for 3, 2, 1. Flex up for 1. Point down for 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Up for 1, down for 3, 2, 1. Last one. Up for 1, down for 3, 2, 1. Keep the weight where it is. We circle for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Reverse for 5 and 4. Go move the weight. 3 and 2 and 1. And bring your legs together. Yes, a good little pinpoint to see if that weight's moving is to really hone in on that abdominal muscle and find an even stronger powerhouse. Bring the weight in front of you for our last pulses of 8 for clamshell. 8 and 7. Plug the shoulder in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest that weight down. Place your hand onto the mat. Bring your legs in front of you onto the front edge of the floor. And bring that top leg up for our grand rata jumps, opening up that hip, bringing it to the front, circling it around. Don't fall back into the hip. Make sure you're still nice and on top of each other. Doing that again, circle to the front. Nice big circles. I wish I could see everybody, but I know everyone's doing beautifully. Good, 2 more times. The hips take a lot of work, especially my dancers, even my non-dancers. We're going to reverse. Walking in general will just take a toll on anybody. So very important, even sitting for long periods of time. If you're like really sitting for a long day, you have a lot of school or computer work, get up and go on your side and just go ahead and do this motion. So good for mobility in the sacrum, the lower spine, the hips. They're all connected. Good. Bring the legs together. Awesome, guys. Let's come up and swing your legs around. We're continuing on to our teaser. So, we're not going to use, actually, yes, we will use the weights for the first 2, and then we're going to drop them. So go ahead and roll down onto the floor, making sure you're centered from top to bottom, side to side. You've kind of been moving around. So again, find your equal center distance. Your spine's in line with each other. Bring your legs into tabletop position, going into teaser 1. Bring the weights nice and long, hovering your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. We're going to bring the weights nice and long, hovering over the ankles, and then come right back down. Bring the legs into tabletop, don't rest the head. Come right back up, 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 and then come right back down. Teasing the abs, we come right back up, balancing on that tailbone, and then come right back down and rest the head. If that was good and hard and perfect for you, go ahead and continue with teaser 1. If you're feeling up for a little bit more of a challenge, come on to teaser 2. Your body is, you know your body. I can't see you, so whatever you feel comfortable doing, that's what you're going to do. We're going to bring our legs 45 degrees. You're going to do the same thing. Bring your head, neck, and shoulders up, and we're going to find a nice teaser. Bring your hands by your ears, and then come right back down. Melt everything halfway. Come right back up. Bring the weights by your ears, and melt everything halfway. One more. Come right back up, finding your balance. And if you guessed it, yes, you're going to lower everything down into the mat nice and long. Go ahead and bring the weights by your side. We're not going to continue with this next one because I want to go into a little bit of a variation. Good, and if you guessed it, we're gonna bring everything up at once. If you wanna continue with teaser 2, that's okay. Here we go. Teaser 3, bringing your body nice and long, and we're gonna beat the legs for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Grabbing the legs, if you can, go into 3 open leg rockers. We rock it back, massaging up the spine, come right back up, find your balance in the tailbone. We rock it back, we rock it up, nice proud chest. One more time. Rock it back, and rock it up, finding your balance. Closing the legs. And let's go ahead and circle the arms around. Place the fingertips onto the mat for hip circles. We circle to the right, down, around, find your center. We circle to the left, not big movements, nice and controlled. One more time inside, we circle to the right, down, around, find your center. Last one, circle to the left, down, around, find your center. Go ahead and place the feet onto the mat. You can bring them in front of you and just go ahead and take a nice stretch forward. Good, good, good. Awesome, guys. Let's go into swimming. You will need your weights, reminding you that it is just like when we did hundreds. You're not going to move as much with those weights, and that's okay. So be mindful of your back. Bring them in front of you onto the floor. If you feel more comfortable doing it without the weights, that's fine too. Hover your legs and your hands off the mat. We start to flutter the arms evenly with the legs for 5 and 4. Look down at your mat, 3. Abdominals scooping it up, 2. And last 1. Good, place the weights on the mat. Go ahead and rock yourself back to a child's pose position, just taking a nice big stretch. Y'all are almost done, guys. Take a big deep breath. Good. Come right back to your bottom. Go ahead and grab those weights. Bring one to the front edge of your mat and lay on your right side. We're going to go ahead and take a nice little stretch. So again, if you've taken with me, you know that you can do this with a TheraBand and the weights, but I like the weights the best because it allows you to stretch a little deeper because the weight's going to carry you over. So lift the right arm up to the ceiling. My left hand is grabbing my left ankle, and I'm lifting up nice and tall. My rib cage is closed, shoulder onto my back. Inhale through the crown of the head. Exhale, diving it over to the side. Taking a nice side bend stretch. And then come right back up. Try not to crunch. Try to lift up and over. Inhale, and then exhale, contracting it over to the side. If you can look down at the mat. And come right back up. Plug the shoulder down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, contracting it over. Taking some you time for your body. And coming right back up, we're going to take a T position, counter stretch. Drop the weight gracefully onto the mat and just stretch it over. Remembering to not lift up that left side, anchor it down into the floor. Good. Come right back up. Go ahead and place your hands behind you and just switch T's or the legs to the other side. Grab whichever weight. And then I'm grabbing my right ankle and lifting that weight nice and high by my side. Plugging that shoulder into the back. Inhaling through the top of my head, my ears pulling up to go over as I exhale. Pushing down with my right hand. And then come right back up. Always thinking up to go over or push down to go up. You've heard that many times if you're a dancer. Inhale to lift up, exhale, contracting it over. The same thing applies even on the mat. And then come right back up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, contracting it over. Come right back up, counter stretch, drop the weight to the side, and just stretch it over. Driving the right hip down onto the mat. Good. Go ahead and bring yourself to a T position, and we're going to go ahead and go into seal into a standing front support series. So you don't need the weights anymore. And bring your feet in front of you. I'm going to lace my hands through, so basically find a prayer position and lace them around my ankles and make sure that you're not in a frog position. My knees are only shoulder distance apart, and you will stand up after 5 rolls, so if you feel comfortable, go ahead. If you don't, just do what you need to do. So finding the tailbone, like we did an open leg rocker and rolling like a ball. We're going to clap our heels 3 times. 1, 2, 3, rock it back. 1, 2, 3, rock it forward. 1, 2, 3, rock it back. 1, 2, 3, rock it forward. Leading from your abdominals, but also giving the spine a nice stretch and a nice massage. Good, your 5. I'm on my last set, so I'm going to stand up, and you join me when you're ready. Cross your heels together and stand on up. Awesome, guys. That's my favorite part to watch in class, so I'm sad I can't see it, but I hope everyone stood up gracefully. And we're going to go to the back edge of the mat, finishing out this series. Bringing your legs together, they're glued nice and tight. Inhaling, and as you exhale, roll your spine down. Thinking of 3 parts, upper, middle, and lower. Place your hands on the mat. Go ahead and walk your hands out to a nice plank position. Let's just find this position. Scooping the abdominals in and up. My glutes are tight. Let's lift that right leg up. We pulse back for 3, and pulse back for 2, pulse back for 1. Put the right foot down, lift the left leg up. We pulse back for 1, and 2, and 3. Let's go again. Lift the right leg up. We pulse back for 3, and 2, and 1. Last one. We pulse back for 3, and 2, and 1. Lower the feet down. Hike the hips up. Walk the hands back without waddling the hips if you can. And let's peel the spine up, rolling it bone by bone, vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's do that one more time. Peel the spine down. Actually, 2 more times. Walk the hands out into a nice plank position. Let's add a nice push-up. So really gluing your feet together. Shoulders are rolled onto the back. Hands are underneath. Let's push down for 1, and 2, and 3. Hike your hips up, walk your hands back without waddling in the hips. Keep your abdominals pulled in and up. Roll through the spine. The head's the last thing to find your center position. Last time, here we go. Rolling down, place your hands onto the mat. Walk your hands out nice and long. Nice position, good. Now this time put push-ups into your side. So the elbows drive into the side for 1 and up, 2 and up, 3 and up. Good. Hike the hips up. Stay where you are. Walk the feet out a little wide and just give yourself a nice calf stretch. Good. Take some deep breaths. You can even walk the feet out. Take a nice big deep breath. Good. Go ahead and walk the hands in towards your body. And just roll up. You can bend your legs or keep them straight. It's up to you what you feel comfortable with doing. Good, let's go ahead and walk to the front edge of our mat. We're actually gonna finish sitting down. Cross your right leg over your left. Genieing your arms and nice hands and just roll down. Bring the right leg into the mat, into your body, and just take a nice stretch. Good. Remembering to take some deep breaths. Also remember to keep your hips aligned with each other. Very, very important to remember that, especially you've taken some of my Pilates inspired stretch classes that you can build very bad habits with stretch. So we want to make sure when you're taking this to take into account of when I'm taking Pilates, like how I keep aligned with my spine, my hips are aligned. It's not so much about the flexibility, it's getting your spine where it needs to be. So my hips are aligned with each other and not hiked up too much. And just driving it in towards my chest. Take a big deep breath. You can let it open to the side. Let it fall, but keep your supporting side on the mat. Bring your knee into your armpit. Centering yourself. Take a big deep breath. And cross it over for an ITB stretch. Go ahead and just let that hip fall over. Stretching out the spine. Good, come up and over, and let's just switch it out to the other side. Taking some easy, but really beneficial stretches. They don't have to be always sometimes so crazy with stretching. The simplest things can really help. So just take some nice cooling breaths, slow down the heart rate, but keep the blood flow going. You're sending good energy signs to your brain when you take big deep breaths that this is okay, this is normal, this is good for my body, I like this, we welcome this. And then let's open that hip up to the side, driving it in towards your armpit. Keep your right hip on the mat. And then cross it up and over to the other side. You can even let that knee fall. Spiraling in the back. Big deep breath. Come right back up. Place your feet onto the mat. Good, nice and long with the spine. Go ahead and bring your hands up and peel your chin to your chest. Roll up, finding a nice long length through the tailbone. Roll your shoulders back. Feel the length of the head, and you are done. That is it, guys. Really good class. I hope you enjoyed my mat with weights, and that's it. Good, good, good. I got my sweat on. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. And thank you so much, Belforce and Kelsey, for having me on. I really enjoyed it. Very Violet. You're very welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun. I really did. And then also I'm teaching all kinds of classes right now, so go ahead and just make sure to follow if you're interested in any more. And then also check out this amazing line. If you've been following me through my classes and you're on this account, give her a look at, because the workout clothes are just absolutely adorable, especially if anything in this pink, I'm game. So thank you so much for having me on, and I hope you enjoyed this. This will be saved because Instagram doesn't do the 24 hours anymore, so this is going to be posted. It's for anyone who wants to come back and take this. So I hope you'll have a fabulous rest of your week. And thank you so much, Belforce. Thank you. Bye, guys.